They'll probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flow, chew you out, ain't fair. Jordan pants don't...
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, another Zai, back at you, y'all savage. But anyways, I know it's been quite some time. I'm still getting over the sickness. That shit had me floored for a few days. But you know, I've been reading my comments. A lot of it was talking about Nipsey Hussle and the fact that a couple of cats couldn't really respect my opinion, which it's an opinion, which means it's my opinion, and if you didn't like it, then you just don't have to watch me. But besides the point, I'm gonna send my shots out before I get into it and address the haters. But shouts out to D2 Nights from Compton. Shout out to Oak Creek, got a song called All I Do. Yeah, All I Do, produced by Ivan Reyes and your boy Ceez. And then Dimi God Dex got a song called Step It Up. Somebody shot me that link, and I decided to plug it because that's pretty much what Zai do. Shoot it from the hip and plug people shit, you know what I mean? But not plug people, well, you get it. But anyways, that's besides the point. So yeah, once again, I'm going to do what people don't want me to do, and I'm going to say rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, because at the end of the day, just because you're not from his hood don't mean you don't have the right to celebrate this man. If I was able to go to his hood and pick up some of his merchandise, I would, but me down there right now probably wouldn't be the best thing. And not necessarily, I mean, I may know a lot of people, but it's not necessarily my presence would be ill felt. It's just at this time, it's just not a good for me, as you know, to be down there in the midst of that. It's just not good, you know what I mean? And not to say, like I said, the dudes from 6-0 with Trip, but I mean, it's just not a good time. Maybe, like, you know, when things get a little bit cooler, you know, I might slide by there to, you know, get me some merch, because at the end of the day, he was already on the path to doing great things. And just because he died don't mean people can't continue to do good things in his name. Sorry, my nose, everything is messed up. And that's what I want to do. I want to continue to do good things. I'm never going to be on that dude's level, because he was just, you know, you always have them ones that make like they make an impact in people's life. And I think I'm just at that age to where, you know, maybe if I was a little younger and I did things a lot different, maybe I would be able to make that type of impact. But he was doing a lot of great things, and it's kind of selfish for people to feel as if you can't celebrate another individual's life because you may not be from his hood, or maybe you're just another race. And you know, I've been hearing that, and it's just like that shit is so stupid and ludicrous. It just is dumb. Like, and for anybody to think like that is dumb, especially if you ain't even his homeboy, and not even to be from the same gang, but to be within his close circle. Because everybody knows, just because you're from a gang don't mean the person next to you is your best homeboy. It just means he's from the same hood as you, so you know, you're pretty much by the same code of conduct, but don't mean he's your best homeboy. So, you know, that's besides the point, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. Like I said, if I was clout chasing, I could have been doing multiple videos his name. I'm talking about multiples, and still getting major views, because right now his death is a hot button issue. What people should really be addressing, these cats on the internet talking about, you know, snitching and all this other stuff, and talking about who they know who did the shooting and why they did the shooting and how they were close to this dude and all that. Like, that's some shit that's reckless. The same dude that killed Nipsey, or allegedly killed Nipsey, I mean, what? Come on, they said he was a snitch. Like, come on, dude. Like, that's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so if you see one dude doing it, you're gonna do it now? It's like, and that's besides the point. But like I said, Nipsey Hussle's life is to be celebrated, and I'm not gonna be one of these fools covering stories and be talking about, you know, who he called a snitch and all this other way out stuff. That's not none of my business. It's basically, if you're not from there, it's none of your business anyway. You know what I mean? All the inner workings. All you should be worried about is the fact that we lost somebody that could have did a lot of great things. And I think even though he died, we'll still continue to do great things, or people will continue to do great things in his name. If you see today with the you know, that march that they did, and you know, I don't know how far it was from his store to his store, but I know that they did that march, and the 6-0s and they trade Gangster Crips, and anybody that knows about those two gangs would know, like, that's, whew, you know what I mean? That's something that a lot of people would have never thought would happen. But, you know, you had the OGs putting their heads together, and they really got it done. And that's what, you know, that's what matters at the end of the day. And that's all I say with a lot of things. A lot of people could learn, you know, and if people could only see how easy it is to, you know, get on path and really not have to deal with all this bullshit, and just see that every man is equal, you know, it would be a lot easier. But, you know, they just proved it. You know what I mean? And it's sad that dude had to die in order for that to be realized. But he was already on that path. If you've been hearing the news, or not in the news, but, you know, the chatter, you know what I'm saying, basically with him bridging the gap between the Gray Street Watts and the Gray Street Watts and the Bounty Hunter Watts, you know what I mean? It's like he was already putting that together by who he signed it. Well, you know the whole story on that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, it's one of those things. If he could bring all this together during, you know, while he was still alive, and then still do the same thing after death, that's strength right there, you know what I mean? And like I said, we all started out as gangbangers and doing bad things, but he showed that it could really be done. And by his death, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to follow in his footsteps. And hopefully in the future, some lame ass fool like that don't clap him down, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like this. I'll just say it, and like I said, I never speak against gangs, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the street don't love you. That's prime example right there. It don't matter if it was one lane that killed them. At the end of the day, the streets don't love you. If you're going to be out there making music and trying to get rich, you need to avoid it, or at least be in a situation to where you got a gang of fools around you. Because at the end of the day, it ain't about being weak or looking like a pussy or whatever they want to call it. That's protecting your life. Because at the end of it, there's always haters out there that want to take you out the game. Prime example, just me, I got what, 16,000 subscribers. Ain't even out there on the street like that, and I still got dudes probably, if they had a chance, would try to take me out. But that's just the way the game goes. Whatever you did in the past always revisit you if you continue to do the same things you did when you were out. And sometimes even if you don't, a lot of times it's the innocent that get hit, not you. That's why I try to keep people that's close to me as far away from me as you can, especially when I'm putting myself in certain situations. Because, you know, it's like you got cats all the time that be like, Zah, do meet and greets. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's cool, but I don't know who you are, so who are you? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cats on these streets right now that's no good, and they're no good. And they don't like the fact that I speak on the fact that I can't stand people that's no good. It's just like the whole thing, you know, it's a prime example of what you just seen in the news. All it takes is one lane to take you out. That's it. It don't matter if you got 50 guards around you. You're always going to be slipping. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm sick, but yeah. But I mean, it's just prime example. That just goes to show, you know what I mean? Like, the streets don't love you. Like, if you're still out there, no matter how much you try to do for certain people, it's always, you know, it always bites you in the ass. That's why it's like, once you come up, you can do for your hood, but you gotta stay away. Because I mean, nobody cares at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's just like you will become a casualty of war, and it's been proven many times. I mean, you had Nipsey Hussle, you had Tupac, you had Biggie Smalls. The streets don't love you. If you want to be out here and the street don't love you, it's sad that all the solid dudes are the ones catching these bullets, and all these lames out here that really ain't about shit, hiding they background with this trash in their background, ain't the ones getting their life taken. And like I said, I ain't on here to promote nobody, you know, getting killed, but it's just like, it's funny that all the silent ones seem to be going, and why you got all these lames running the street, continuously snitching on people, and continuously doing way out shit with little kids, and just all that little weird stuff. It's like, Nipsey Hussle's dead, R. Kelly's still alive, 6ix9ine is still alive, and I can go on and on with these cats that got these weird ass charges that's still out here breathing, and some of them still walking the street as if it's just all good. It's I mean, it's sad, you know what I mean? But like I said, the streets don't love you. You want to do anything for your hood, do it at a distance. He was doing the right thing. Don't get me wrong, he was doing the right thing. But you see how that dude slipped up. It's like, it's sad, but that's how it is. The streets don't love you. You always got to be paying attention, man. Can't never let once you in the streets, man, you can't never let your guard down. It's like one dude said, people are surprised that dudes get killed, you know what I mean? But it's just, that's the way the streets is. Once you're involved in that, you're involved in it pretty much for life. And I think Nipsey kind of knew that. It's for life. No matter what you do in life, there's always going to be somebody that want to knock you down. And it comes with the territory. But I can tell you, just with the little time that you know, he was up there, which for some people might say a long time, but for others it's a short time. he already did a lot, and he continues to do it even after death. Like I said, it's sad that we lost a king, but he's still doing a lot of stuff even after death. You got people gonna do really good things in his name. You still got his kids carrying on his legacy. You got his homeboys out there continuing his legacy, bridging these gaps, bringing people together. Even if the gang violence only stopped for a week, you know how many people's life was saved within that? That's all I can say, you know what I mean? Like, for the people that may not respect my opinion, that's cool. I'm not asking you to. At the end of the day, I'm always going to be me, and I'm going to shoot it from the hip the way I want to shoot it. And if you don't like it, what can I say? You know what I mean? I'm always going to be Zod. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. But yeah, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. For the people that really want to, you know, leave me comments, want to get at me, you know what I mean? Especially about my merch, or just want to say what's up to the homie, you know, DM me, you know, at Zod Reyes on IG. And I guarantee you I hit you back, you know what I'm saying? And for the homies I gave the shots out to, saludos. And once again, I'm your boy Zod, and I'm out. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle once again. Marathon never stops.
Kneel before Zod!